When selecting the technology stack, there are some considerations that must be taken into account in order to ensure the best platform will be used in the systems. Let's look at these considerations. 1. Can perform the required tasks. Well, this might sound trivial, but it's still important. When looking at a specific platform, we must ensure this platform can actually perform what is required from it. For example, if one of the requirements is to support cross-platform deployment, it's important to make sure the technology we are looking at is actually cross-platform. Or another example, if the requirements state that the system's user interface must be web-based, there is no point in exploring rich client platforms. Second, community. You always want to make sure there is a large active community which discusses the platform and can provide support when needed. This way you know you won't be left alone in the dark when encountering problems and questions, and you can seek help in this community. The best place to look for this community is in stackoverflow.com. If you are still not familiar with this amazing site, then time is now. This is the largest developers-oriented Q&A site, which provides answers to almost any question regarding development in every platform. The most brilliant developers are helping others here, and whatever your problem is, it probably already has been asked and answered here. So go to Stack Overflow, click Tags at the sidebar, and look at the technology you are interested in. You will see a number near its name. This number designates the number of questions on this technology. The larger the number, the more active the community. It's always a good idea to actually click the name of the tag and go to the platforms page. There you can see when the last questions were asked. This will give you some idea about how active the community is, not just how big it is. So if you see the last question was asked 4 days ago, it seems like the community is not very active. This is a very simple and powerful way to find out the community size of the technology you are looking at. Third, popularity. Although seems a bit superficial, the popularity factor is quite important. Unpopular platforms will usually lead to a small community, which will lead to a lack of support. The best way to test the popularity of everything on the internet is by using Google Trends. So go to Google Trends and type the name of the platform you are interested in. In this example, let's look at Angular and press enter. I always like to set the search for the past 2 years. The default 1 year is often not enough to give perspective. Here we see that the popularity of Angular is quite flat, so there is no decrease in its popularity, but no increase either. Now let's add React, its nemesis, to the chart. We see that React is on an upward trend, and currently it's on par with Angular. And now, let's add jQuery. Here we see a reverse trend. Popularity of jQuery is decreasing, and that indicates that perhaps it's not a good idea to base your web UI on it in a modern application. So these are the 3 factors that must be taken into account when selecting technology stack. There are more factors that relate to the development team and organization, and we will discuss them later, but these are the factors that reflect the platform's impact and potential. And now let's go on and discuss the backend and service technology stack.